Hello, and good evening, everyone. We are live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and I am super delighted tonight for a reason. Tonight I have a special guest that I'm going to introduce. She has a special story, a lot of learning and takeaways. So get ready for an absolutely incredible story and journey for this lady from worrisome to unstoppable. How awesome is that? So, first of all, say hi, say hello, tell me where you are tuning in from. Let's get everyone on board before we get started on this live. I'm checking also my phone to see that everybody. Can you give me the thumbs up that you can see us, that everything is on board? Can you? Everyone, give me the thumbs up. There you are. Okay, so here we are with you can see us. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. So as I said, I have a very special lady. As you can see her, she is probably a little bit nervous, but I'm happy I brought her all the way to you from beautiful Oman. My lady is tonight an Omani lady, and we are of course, in the community, know this lady, Fatma Al Barwani. And I am so honored and so privileged to have accompanied Fatma on, part of her journey. Of course, her journey all along has been long and amazing and beautiful. But tonight she's going to tell us about, part of it to enrich our experiences and so on. Without any further ado, my guest and friend is Fatma Al Barawani. This lady comes to us with she is first of all born in Congo, right? Born and raised in Congo, Africa, and she studied there. She studied French and Swahili, two absolutely different languages, and then around age 15, 16, she had to resume back to her country and Oman, and there that's where the story started. There she is, young teen at the age of 15, 16, and she is totally I'm not going to steal the light from her. I'm going to first of all let her introduce herself, her background in IT, then the MBA the Masters in Business Administration, the long career with Oman Shell, and so on. Fatma, without any further ado, please tell us a little bit, first of all, about yourself, and then we can get started on the journey.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nabila, for this opportunity and for inviting me today. And my story started, as you mentioned, it's a very beautiful story, I could say, start with. I was born in an Omani, and I was born and brought up in Africa, Congo. And we had a beautiful life. I have 8 siblings. And in 90s, there was a civil war where our life was disrupted. And during that time, we were forced to leave Congo to come back to Oman. So we lost almost everything in our during that period of time. My dad lost almost all his assets. We lost our friends, and our schools was disrupted. And when we came to Oman, that was our biggest challenge, was language. And in Africa, we were speaking French in school and Swahili at home. And when we came to Oman, the language was English and Arabic, and I could not speak neither English or Arabic. So that was really the challenging moment. So I was registered to the government school, and I lost a number of years during that period.
Fatma, it looks there is no sound, there is no voice. Can you guys hear us? Can you? Our mics are good. Our audios are good. Can you guys, Janine, Marife, can you please, guys, can you hear me? Is it me or Fatma you cannot hear? Or both of us? Oh, yes, I can hear you. Hi. So who is saying there's no voice? The voice is clear. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So somebody is having issue with the voice. So please go ahead and check the mic and check your audio system. Fatma, back to you.
Yes. All right. So yes. So when we came to Oman, our life was disrupted because of the war, and the challenge was the language. I couldn't speak English or Arabic, and that was the main language in Oman. So I was registered to school, and that's where the struggle started because no one could understand our language, and it was really, really very challenging. And I failed a number of times, like 3 times in the same school, in the same class, and I decided to give up. So I just called my dad, who was still in Africa, to claim his asset that I am leaving and I can't continue, and I will find a job to help you support the family. And that was I could say, his
Right.
reply.
Fatma.
Yes, yes.
How about at that point when you arrived back in your home country and you did not speak? I mean, already we all know about the challenges that adolescents and kids in their teens, the kind of, physical and psychological changes they go through already, without the challenges that, of coming to a different country and not speaking the language and everything. How did it feel at that point in time where you arrived and here you are in a community you are not used to? You are in a school, you don't even know how to communicate. You were downgraded from school because your level in French was there, and then you had to pick up because the language of instruction wasn't what they it needed to get improved. And to how did it feel for a young girl like that to be in such an alien and strange place? How did it feel? What was it like?
I would say it was really difficult. First of all, your self-confidence was just crushed. And at school, kids were mocking at me, saying that how you are an Omani and you can't speak Arabic, and why you are not living in your country, and people would just laugh, and you don't understand sometimes what they say, and teachers will come. It was just very, very, very difficult, and that's why I decided to just discontinue. I couldn't complete my schools because of the environment pressure and peer pressure, and yeah.
So what was the level? So do I understand that by the way, you are very popular? Because I'm hearing, yeah, this is beautiful, Fatma. Yes, we can hear you. Hey, Fatma. Salams. The salams are from Florida. Ziba is here. Welcome, Fatma. Welcome, Miss Fatma. Evening, beautiful ladies. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
So,
you.
Fatma, yeah, isn't it amazing? You're a very popular young lady, I'm telling you. Uh, so so at that point, do I understand you right, when self-confidence got a blow, so to speak, at that point in time? Like, here we have a happy kid, right? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but correct me. Here we have a happy kid that was living her life in Congo, Africa, speaking her French and Swahili and operating really well, and all of a sudden she's planked, and literally put in a different place. That was a huge blow to self-confidence in particular, right?
Yes. Yes, and that really gave me the fear of speaking in public, because few words I will speak and they will laugh and mock. So me speaking in public was something that I was really very conservative, and I was not really willing to speak, because I know every moment I will speak, there will be a few mistakes or many mistakes, wrong words, and they will end up laughing. So that's what really, really, I would say, killed the
Right,
self-confidence.
right. This is so important, especially in school systems and in family systems, that how we educate our kids how to treat difference and how to manage and navigate somebody who is different, or somebody who doesn't speak, or somebody who fails in speaking the language properly, or in like operating or navigating her way properly in a totally different concept. Because let's face it, like Congo, Africa is not Oman, right? In so many ways, right?
Yeah.
Right. So a lot hinges on the on teachers and the role they play in terms of helping other kids accept that other people could be different, that they could be speaking different, and also the empathy. This is no small deal, because empathy is listed as one of the top 10 skills in the World Economic Forum for the next 10 years. So imagine how important the empathy, the ability to feel what you feel, the empathy the ability to put themselves in your shoes. So this is to consolidate the idea that a lot of things,
Mm.
in mindset and everything, are not introduced in schools or in families, because we did not receive them in the first place. Now, long story short, Fatma, what was the turning point in this story? Now this kid is now afraid, worried of making mistakes, of putting herself out there, the source and of mocking from kids, and so on and so forth. What was the turning point?
Actually, when I decided to quit, I had to call my father, who was still in Congo claiming his asset. So I called him and I told him that sorry, Dad, I failed many times and I have to quit. I cannot complete my secondary school, and I've been told by the environment that you need to work to help your father. So I said I will find a job that will help you, support the family. And he asked me one question and said, "Who told you that I need your help now? I want you to complete your secondary school, and that's how you will help me." And that was the turning point that I'd never looked back. I just completed my secondary school and then took different career path in terms of taking my diploma, taking my bachelor degree, till my master degrees, and that's where I reached.
I I applaud this dad. I applaud this dad, because you guess what? A lot of kids, and I think everyone knows about my unconditional bias to kids, and the need for them to be supported and understood and so on. So here's somebody with her back against the wall, being targeted by all kinds of pressures and the challenges and everything, and she is ready to say, I call it quit. I am no good in this context. And in her mind, this is the story she made in her mind, that the family need her help. The family may want her to help in the sense of going out and working and providing for the family. And guess what? A lot of kids, when there is a story of scarcity, or maybe something is not going perfectly fine in the family, the kids create a story and create if you like, a belief that maybe it's their fault, and maybe they did something wrong and they need to fix it by going out and work, by doing something they think it's their job to fix the family, or to fix a broken marriage, or to fix a scarcity in the family. But actually, here is, and that speaks, of course, to your relationship with your dad, which is an open relationship, because another teenager, like 15, 16, I mean, the dad probably might not be the first person you would go to, right? And here you go and pick up the phone and call this dad. And this is the power of the one sentence. So, one sentence, one question, the dad said, and it turned completely Fatma's story. Would you agree, Fatma?
Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. I think the pressure, the environment pressure was high because many of the family who came back to Oman during that period, they couldn't complete the schools. So I was already having that environment pressure that you can't do it. Yeah, it just, you will not be able to understand. At this age, you cannot learn a new language at school. So the environment pressure was really high. And that's what it was impacting my belief that, yes, I cannot do it. I just have to, to quit.
Amazing, amazing. As the comments continue, very inspiring story. You are exemplary. You are amazing, Fatma. I love it. Keep your comments coming. Do you have a question for Fatma? She has such, I mean, we're going to continue, but this is such an inspiring story. I mean, Fatma has a very special place in my heart. I had the pleasure of taken part in her journey, but you have a lady who pulled courage, who pulled something really, really, really amazing from inside in her story. So Fatma, with these, I mean, nobody is broken, but the way it felt at that time, it's like there were broken parts, and I'm hit in my self-confidence. My self-esteem is very low. I have to grab myself and and go back in my academic, if you like, progress, in order to pick up the language, and a lot of things seem, it's easy to to want to quit and call it a day, and say, no, I'm no good. So after that question by your parent, who told you, I need your help, um, how did you start to rearrange your life? This is very important for other people watching this. What were the things you started doing to pick up your courage, to pick up your self-confidence, to pick up your self-esteem, to say, maybe I can do it, maybe there is some light at the end of the tunnel, maybe if I hang in there, I may be able to do it. What were the elements? How did you put yourself together, so to speak?
The first thing that I did actually was to learn Arabic. So not only at school, but I did take extra classes. So in the evening after school, I registered in an institution to learn Arabic. So I was treated as an expert because I learned Arabic. So that was the first thing that I did, was just learning Arabic. I would spend extra classes with the teacher to tell them that please help me to understand the questions. And that's how I started getting higher mark, although I don't understand the meaning, but I was scoring high. And the same time also learning English at the same time. So that's how I just put so much effort, and I didn't want to disappoint my father, who had a belief in me that, yes, I believe in you, I know you can do this. So I didn't want to disappoint him, and just what I put it so much effort to learn, to keep learning and learning and learning.
Right. We have a question that came in the chat, and unfortunately, I can't see the name. But Fatma Al-Barwani, how long did it took you to learn a new language from scratch? And at that time, what was the tool? I
Yeah,
think you answered part of it,
yes,
so tell
yes.
us.
So for me, I took extra classes. That was really something that took me. It was almost 3 years journey that I took, and I did not understand actually what I was studying. For me, I think answering and getting score was my main focus. And when I graduated school by the age of 22, I finished my school actually by the age of 22. And then my focus started to be in English because college was English. So that's where I stopped studying Arabic and my focus was in English. So it was not like a stop journey. I was continuously watching, I could say, Arabic movies, Arabic serials, and continuously learning both language. So you don't stop learning a language, and learning how you just have to use it, and try to also, when I have different people, to use only Arabic. When I have Omanis and when I have expat, I use only English. So I think you have to practice language.
Right, right. This is so good. We have somebody who said one powerful sentence or even one powerful word can make a big difference and prevent self destruction. This is very, very, very powerful. Our self talk and the talk we have with other people, we exchange with other people is so, so, so powerful. And just tomorrow, I am talking, at Kingdom Schools here in Riyadh, and it is about the impact of inner talk or self talk that the kids have, and I'm talking to ninth graders. So the importance of self talk. What kind of self talk do we need to nurture in kids, and also how do we become more empathetic and more, if you like, supportive in our talk to other people. So it's very interesting that this is I will I'm going to record the session, and I will definitely share it, of course, with you guys in my groups in here. Fatma, to come back to your story. So now that you discovered you can pick yourself up from low self-confidence, from low self-esteem, from the worry. Tell us a little bit more about this worrisome child, because you were a child. These worries, what were they about? Was it social anxiety, like how, where is my place in the family and in society? How do I integrate a school? How do I integrate, you remember those gangs and those groups in at school, where to get integrated to these groups, you need you need to be accepted in those groups. How was it, this integration process? I bet, since you chose the title from worrisome to unstoppable, tell us about the worrisome part. What was the worry? What were the concerns? What was the fear about?
I would say my biggest fear was fear of public speaking, because after what I have gone through, me standing in front of the people and speak, it's something that I always used to stop myself. And I had said no to many opportunities, even in college, to become I could say to give that commendation speech to the students. I always said no, because I already have that fear in my mind that they will mock at me, they will laugh at me. And this took me even at work when they ask us to just speak, becoming the MC of the events. And I always said, no, 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 no. Me on stage speaking, no, this is a no, no. I will do anything, but I will not be the one on stage to speak. So that was me before TIR.
Hmm. Right. And also, I think you and I touched on this, of course, in our journey, was, this fear about what would they say about me?
Yes.
How would I be perceived? What is this person going to say if they tell us about that?
Yeah, so that fear is always been there of being judged. So always afraid of others people's opinion. What will they think of me? Yeah, look at her. She think of herself. She believe that she's reaching high in her career or in her life. So that kind of thoughts always pull me back, and I always try to just be on my comfort zone. Don't want to really stand out, because I know people will judge me. They will laugh at me. They will just you are always fear of others people opinion.
Right. Okay. Now tell us, what's the trick? How did you overcome this? The public speaking and the fear of judgment. And I think all of us connect with that. All of us at one point in time were afraid, oh my God, what would they think about me? What would they say about me? You know, myself, when I left that full-time job as university professor, you know, the fear of judgment was at its worst. I mean, I'm the only one in the family that doesn't have a government or public job, or you know, a job with the public sector or in the government. You know, all doctors and professors and this and medical representative. So all of them were. So I'm the only one who said, after, imagine, after 23 years, they think you are settled, you know, everything, and then you decide to take a U-turn and change lanes and change. So it was huge. Like, who does she think she is to change her life? And why would she? She's happily married. She has, you know, a position at university. Everybody wants a position. Why would she do this? Start from scratch all over again. So this fear, you know, once it gets hold of you, it's a huge, you know. Tell us about your experience about that.
Actually, there is a beautiful quote which says, "Face your fear, and fear will leave you." That is exactly what I did. So I went to a Toastmasters club, which is a public speaking environment where you prepare your speech. You just go in front of everybody and you give your speech, and everyone will, will listen to you, and they will evaluate you on your speech and everything. So that was the only thing for me to break that fear, is just to put myself out and start speaking. So I
Right.
registered myself with the Toastmasters and spoke, and in a couple of sessions I start winning the best speaker. And I was like, seriously, I was like, I think my belief in myself was just stopping me. Yeah, that's not, the reality. And that's where I started building more confidence and starting taking more, I would say, the presentation, giving presentation at work as well, and started putting myself giving presentation, because I need to practice, not only I need to practice that speaking in public.
How about, what would people say? Oh my God, what would they say about me? How did
It was
you?
less. It was not 100% gone. It was less.
Right, as we say, open the door and fear is no more.
Yeah.
Once, you know, we always say fear and faith, they are both emotions. It's energy in motion. There is nothing substantial, real, like in actuality about it. These are emotions, these are thoughts. The fear, it's what if, it's what would they think, it's all images and ideas that we hold in our head, and it's up to us. And fear resides only in the dark. You know, when we switch on the light, when we put light on it, it disappears. You say, what's the worst that can happen? You know, what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen? I'm gonna fail. uh, am I gonna die out of this? What's the worst that can happen? When you face the fear with a valid question, like, is it true? Is it true I'm gonna die if I change jobs or something? Is it true I won't have to eat, or I won't have enough food to eat? Is it true that I will be broke, you know, dead broke? And the answer is no. You know,
Mhm.
fear
Mhm.
is really an exaggerated. So open the door and fear is no more. How did you bust through the wall of fear, Fatma?
I think when I start
Like,
winning, I think when I start winning the Toastmasters, and then I put myself in competition, and I was part of a international speech contest, and I won at our club level. I was number one, and that was like, oh my God, really? I did it, and I wanted to just prove myself more. So I went to a second level, and then I won again. So that was just,
just
I
to
was just
prove to you.
keep pushing myself till that belief really. really disappear in my mind that I have that kind of fear.
Absolutely. We have some amazing reactions here coming for you. Fatma, that's an amazing outcome. Fatma, fear of the irrelevant opinion, they are dark shadows that prevent the sunshine of life. Oh my God, I love this. The fear can be a positive thing too. You can harness it to elevate your performance. It can give you wings. Oh my God, I love this. Go for what matters. Not everything in life matters. Be selective. I love it. Fear can be eliminated by reasoning. Now, Fatma. So, the unstoppable lady who is no longer afraid of what people say. When did you first hit that, climax point and you say, you know what? It doesn't matter. They can say whatever they say. I'm going to do it. This is what I want. When was that?
I would say I have been in the self-development journey for a while. I think I started like 10 years ago, and I have achieved and manifested a number of goals. But what I would say is with TIR, by knowing the material that TIR have, I think when I understood what is paradigm, because paradigm was something that really was stopping me for me to believe in myself, and there are things that in some areas of life that I was not there yet. And I think when I knew how to understand my mind and how to use my, to trick my mind, I think then I realized that I can be and I can do anything I want.
What was the first belief, just for our audiences to understand what's a paradigm? A paradigm, basically, it's a group of beliefs and habits that we continue to do, and we think it is what it is, and actually it is a belief. What, give us an example of a belief that you said, maybe it's not true. I want to change that. Give us an example.
Actually, I have two. Let me give you two examples. One would be a health. I've always been told that you were born like this, you are chubby, and this is how you are, and whatever exercise, whatever you do, you won't reach, you won't lose any weight. And when I started understanding how to trick the mind and use the affirmation that we do, and I said, no, I started believing that I am healthy. Although my mind, when I said I am healthy and I'm fit, my mind just tell me that no, you are not, but I keep persisting and, believing that yes, I am healthy. And I was changing my words as well, the inner talk which you said. So I started seeing myself, I love to now exercise. I start seeing myself being conscious about what I eat. And then the results starting show up bit by bit that yes, I felt like everyone see me and said, Fatma, you look different. And I was like, yeah, last year from this year, I could say I have released more than 10 kg. And I was like,
Wow,
and that
that
was
is
just
so
a
good.
belief. I've been trying for the last 10 years, but it never worked.
Right.
The second
Second
thing, the second
example, second
example,
example.
yeah, the second example I could say is I always believe that I am not a morning person and I can't wake up in the morning. And that was just a belief because I love to sleep. But this is just a belief. And when I wanted to just change that habit, and I just put myself, I am an early person, I am a 5 a.m. person. When I wake up, I get up. I start changing my belief through affirmations, through words, inner talks. And now when I wake up, I'm just awake. And that belief is gone.
Wow. This is so awesome. Fatma, we are coming towards the end of this beautiful session. I applaud you. I applaud your courage. I applaud your journey. I applaud the realization that you are unstoppable, and this is just the beginning. Tell us what are your best takeaways. I think you wanted to talk about, your best takeaways, the things that really impacted you in the mindset work you've been doing, you know and what would you
Uh,
say to anyone who is not yet on a journey of a transformation, a mindset, who think they are doing things and they are getting results that they don't want, and then they try a little bit here and a little bit there, but the main transformation that they want is not happening, and they keep getting the same results. It's like the roller coaster, year in, year out, hoping and wishing that things will change, but they're always getting the same results. What would be the turning point, so to speak, to change for you at least?
Actually, I will start with the first one is I thought I can do it myself. That will be my first thing is I'm on a self-development journey and I can just take courses and read and I can do it myself. But then when I was introduced to you, I realized I needed someone. Yeah, so my first thing would be really get a coach. Yeah, you need someone who can literally hold your hand and take you through steps. And there is nothing better than the material watch. There is no one better than Dr. Nabila, I would say, because I would say, mashallah, you really, really give us that belief first of all, and you really give us that roadmap exactly what we need to do and follow regardless it's any material that we take TIR or thinking into result or lead the field or your own coaching that we do the accelerator. You really give us what we really, you have that roadmap that really help us to what to do. Sometimes you don't know what to do, what can I do, but you are there to show us exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 steps you need to take. This is one that I would say is have a mentor. The second thing I would say, the material which we are learning, we don't learn to school. We don't learn from school. I have been reading, but the TIR material, the understanding how the mind works, understanding the universal laws. There are like 12 universal laws that no one else is teaching you, but these material teach us those kind of knowledge that you don't get it anywhere else. The other thing I would say is the TIR, the thinking into result exercises. I have never done this kind of exercise that literally write down your fear. I never wrote down my fear. Never been told to write down my fear. What are your fear? Write them down. Take action on those fears. So there are so many exercises in the material that I would say are really, really life changing. Write your I would say is what are, and then burn them, all these exercise that are really, it's not just a 1 month course, it's a 6 month journey that someone really is there with you, follow with you, and really there, and you see the result. And
I I can't agree more, for the simple reason is it was even my own realization. So when I came into the self-development, I thought I knew something. I had a PhD in metacognition, the science of the mind. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, I thought I knew. And I got stuck when Bob Proctor, bless him now, he's gone, when he said, Doctor, what are your six mental faculties? Guess what? I was stuck. I was stuck. Here we have a PhD who doesn't know her six mental faculties at the age of 43, just to give you a hint. And it is big. It is big. How come that this is how the if you like the school system and the curriculum that we have absolutely, this information is not taught in any school. And I'm a great, a huge advocate that the mindset thing, this is the first thing that we should be teaching to kids, in priority, first and foremost. So likewise, when I was introduced, I thought I can never do it on my own, but I have to do it by myself. Oh my God, it took me a year to understand just this line. We can never do it by ourselves, but we have to do it on our own. It seems like a contradiction, but with thinking, we come to understand that everybody needs a coach. Even myself, I needed a coach. I needed a coach. So it's not about knowledge, it's about the coach holding the mirror for you. And today, it's fact of life. Point to anyone who is successful, you will see there is a coach behind him. Why? Because think about it this way. Here is our journey. We are here and we want to be there. There is a gap in between, right? And the person who is going to show you the step by step process, to hit that place is definitely somebody who's gone through the process and who has a step by step system. Now, other than that, the rest is literature and so on and so forth. Fatma, this time has flown by, and I so much enjoyed your story. I celebrate your story and your journey, and you're coming this way with your beautiful English, your beautiful Arabic, your beautiful achievements and manifestations. I'm not so sure what we can share in terms of what you've been able to bring into your life out of doing the mindset. I leave it to you, but I know you've manifested a lot of amazing and beautiful things, and you are living your life exactly as you wanted. You wanted to be a 5 a.m. person, so be it. Fatma is 5 a.m. person. Fatma wanted to be a public speaker, and there she is, certified and so on and so forth. Fatma wants to speak up in her amazing company, multinational, and so on and so forth. And she is talking and impacting lives. Fatma wanted to come on social media, and there she is, hitting the ground running every time. I don't want. What else, Fatma? What? These are the things I know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Doctor. Yes, I think also this life is something that really I wanted to, to impact people from different area of the world, and I'm really, really so glad that there are so many people here who are listening, and I hope my story have really inspired them. And
It did. You have a lot of things. Thank you, Fatma, for sharing your story. You are amazing, Fatma. Thanks, Fatma, for sharing your wonderful experience. Absolutely. Yes, the school programs need deep reforms in this sense. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll let you have the final words, Fatma. What would you say, if you like, for people who maybe thinking, mulling over, do it, don't do it. Is this for me? Is this information for me? Is this journey of self development for me? And so on and so forth.
I would say don't think twice, just go for it. We all need someone to hold us accountable. Yeah, when you have someone holding you accountable, you will achieve wonders and you will break all the barriers which you don't even know that are there.
Amazing, amazing. I love it. And I think all our audience in here is cheerleading you, Fatma, and your story. And guess what, guys? This is just the beginning. Fatma has put a foot at the door in there in terms of saying, here I am, I'm coming, I deserve it, I'm worthy of it. And this is just the beginning. I bet we are going to see Fatma again in some upcoming lives as well, to celebrate her further and further success in terms of achieving what she wants to achieve and living life exactly as she wants to live it. Thank you once again, Fatma. You are absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. Continue to do what you are doing, and I can't wait to celebrate your successes and your manifestations, and just designing your future and achieving it, designing and achieving it. Now you've got a process under your belt, and I bet you are going to use it to your best capacity. Thank you so much, Fatma. Thank you. And
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you
guys,
so much for having me as well. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone
absolutely.
for watching.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Please keep getting inspired. Keep working towards what you want. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? What is it that is burning out there and wanting to emerge and surge into your life? That's your burning desire, and I can't wait to meet with you in some upcoming Saturday Night Lives. Have a great evening, everyone. Stay blessed and have a great time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.